What's up, people? Orseofkorse here, coming at you with another Paragon deck build. Today, we're going to be looking at my girl, Muriel. I'm almost master Muriel. I'm level 9. I'm making my way there. It's just a grind, but I'll get there. In any case, let's go ahead and jump into this. So Muriel, I equipped her with the Centurion. Once you take down Aura Prime, you get that 500 health, 100% damage bonus. I do this for the health. I want Muriel... I just think the health is more valuable than the damage, honestly, because I'm not really out to do damage with Muriel. I'm out to support the team. For consumables, really simple. I go with the Mender's Vial. This card gives me 4.5 health regen for 15 seconds and 3.8 mana regen to nearby allies. So like I say, I'm out to support the team, so this card really helps, especially my carry. The Shepherd's Vow, same thing, just the opposite. 2.85 mana regen for me, and then +6 health regen to nearby allies. So I really like this card even more than the Mender's Vow, because this one keeps my carry. It basically gives them an extra potion. So especially if we're communicating, that works really well. Scout's Ward, you want to have that vision. If your carry has one as well, or whoever you're laning with, you know, you can stack them out even further, just so you have that vision in the jungle and on the outskirts of your lane. You do not want to get jumped. You do not want to get ganked, especially if the enemy team has a good jungler. So we went over the consumables. Now let's look at the equipment. I want to go over the cards that I throw away first, and then we'll go into the deck proper. So I usually start out with the Circuit of Health. So this right here has 30 mana, and the unique passes grants 2.8 health regen to yourself and nearby allies. I like this card just because it basically nullifies any minion damage. And if you do need to retreat, this card right here, if you're playing passively, it can help you regen health without having to back up immediately, right? If you play cautiously, you can pretty much survive just with this card right here, plus your health potion or whatever. Especially if you're laning against a melee, because they're not just going to tower dive you that early game, especially if it's two of you, because they'll just die. So it's not worth it usually, but you know, you got some people who might. So I like this card just for that survivability aspect. The second card is the Circuit of Mana. I equip this with the 3 lesser healths, gives me that 150 extra health there. Plus with the 50 that I get from the card, it gives you 200 health, and it grants you mana regen. I like this more for myself than for whoever I'm laning with, because Muriel, you want her to have mana, you want her to be able to cast her bubbles, throw her slow, all that good stuff. So I like this card because it keeps me topped off on mana pretty well, or at least it helps you stay there. And the last card that I built is Ilans Diamond. I might be saying that wrong, but yeah. This one gives you 6 power, 0.3 mana regen, 50 health, and 50 health once you fully upgrade it. I equipped this with 3 basic chronos, giving me 0.3 mana regen. So that puts me at 1.2, which isn't bad. On top of the Circuit of Health, it gives you a decent mana regen early game, and you know, helps you stay out there and support your team. So those are my throwaways. Around mid game, I usually start throwing these away. Maybe late game, depending on how it's going, but I throw these away. Now here's the first card that I usually grab that I don't throw away. It's the Lord's Ward. This is important because even though Muriel has an escape, she has a slow, she has her bubbles, you still want to have your wards, because you do not want to get caught out. Because if you're supposed to be supporting your team, you can't do that dead, pretty much. Now, this card, 30 mana, 50 health, 0.3 mana regen, and most importantly, the Shadow Wards. Make sure to put them in a place where they can see all around them. Do not put them like on a corner. They won't be able to see anything. So I equipped this with a basic chrono and then 2 basic manas. So a little bit of regen, a little bit of mana. So I like my mana, I like my regen, gotta keep those rolling. Now as we get into the deck proper, I have 3 Pendulums of the Lord, a Chronomancer disc, and then Honor of the Pure. So let's go ahead and look at this 9-point card first. So Pendulum of the Lord, so that gives you 30 mana, 50 health, 0.3 mana regen. I like that. And then right here, I equipped it with 3 manas. So right there, that's 180 mana, plus the 30 that you get up here, so that's 210. So I like having mana. I want to make sure that I got my bubbles, that I can pop my ult. I want to make sure I stay in the mana. And a little bit of health, you know, won't hurt. So that's my Pendulum of Lords. Now, the rest of them basically look like that first one, just that higher level cards. So this is my 12 point Pendulum of Lords, but this one is advanced mana, so 2 of those at 90 mana apiece, and then an advanced chrono, 0.9 mana regen. And then we have one more, which is exactly the same, advanced mana, advanced chrono. So we got good mana, good regen rolling. Our Chronomancer Disc, I like this card. It gives you 30 mana, 6 power, and then 10% cooldown reduction. Once I have my mana rolling pretty well, the 10% cooldown reduction can come, because if you really don't have mana, cooldown reduction is going to be more harmful than helpful, especially if you're not hitting your bubbles. But once you have your mana rolling, this card really comes in handy. That 10% cooldown reduction can make the difference between getting your bubble off and not, especially with when this game is so quick now. So as you can see here, 2 mana, 60 mana a piece, and then the advanced mana. So puts it at a 12 point card, gives me a decent mana. And the last card here, and I may build this earlier, I may build it later, I'm not sure yet, but it's the best at level 15, of course. This is Honor of the Pure, so you get 50 health, 30 mana. And here's what I like about it. The active shields yourself and nearby allies for 3 seconds, absorbing up to 125 plus 25 times player level. So if you're level 15, the 125 plus that is going to be 500. So I think that's 375. So 500 extra health, you know, that's the difference between living and dying, especially in a team fight. If you give all your teammates extra 500 health, that can be the difference right there. On top of your other shields, on top of your dive, it makes you very viable. Now down here, I equipped it with 3 basic manas. I just wanted to make it a 9 point card so I can get it pretty early if I need it. So the 3, that's why I did the 3 manas. So very simple, very simple. Now that's what I have for my Muriel deck so far. Let me know what you're thinking of Muriel on this new Monolith map. Do you think she's good? Do you think she's not so much? Because I know for a while Decker kind of took over Muriel's spot on the #1 support list. So what do you think now though? How are you feeling about Decker? And who's your favorite support? Is it Faye, Decker, Muriel? Like, who's your favorite support now? Maybe it's a tank, who knows? And anyway, people, make sure to drop a like for this video if you like it. Subscribe for more Paragon content. Make sure to share the video out, it helps me a lot. And also people, well actually that's all I have for you. So that's it. Thanks for watching the video. As always, I appreciate it. I'm always surprised that I'm up to like 26,000 views or something total on the channel, which is crazy because I didn't think anybody's gonna be watching my videos. So you know, it's always appreciated, people. Make sure to come back tomorrow. We'll have another deck build up. That's all I got for you. Have a good one. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.